If I can tell you today that I speak to a lot of people with shalom bayit problems, let me tell you the number one problem: exhaustion. Exhaustion. No rabbi's talking about this. I'm talking about it. Because when you're exhausted, anything bothers you. When you come home exhausted and your wife's telling you, honey, I need to talk to you tonight. Not now. So what happens? You're not present. You want to just escape. So the number one problem in Shalom Bayit, which I've yet to hear to speak, is called exhaustion. Exhaustion. When everybody's exhausted, nobody wants to deal with each other anymore. And I said, what happened? You guys weren't you a beautiful couple? You have kids? Yeah, but life got to them because of worry. Constant worry. I'm going to give you some amazing insights about this. So first of all, we have to deal with this worry problem because it takes over your mind. The Torah is very, very particular about worry. It talks about it in 5-6 different places that the Torah even told you, the Gemara told you, it's going to take away all your energy. Today we call it adrenal insufficiency. You know what adrenal insufficiency is? Adrenal insufficiency is when your adrenal glands are working overtime. They're not supposed to work all the time. They're supposed to work only a little bit for perceived danger. But what happens is when you're worried all day, you think 24 hours you're in danger. So what happens? Your adrenal glands, where your kidneys, this is the fear, it eventually gets used up. And what do? You take a coffee because you're exhausted. And you know what happens? You're just making you're taking a tire with a hole in it, and you're just trying to put more air in it. I mean, if it takes you 25 minutes to get from here to like down the block, you have to realize it's not the road. There's a bigger problem. So adrenal insufficiency is a huge problem today, and that's caused by excessive worry. What happens when you get adrenal insufficiency? You get chronic fatigue. All of a sudden you get muscle weaknesses. Now, if I'm coming home with chronic fatigue, I'm coming home with weaknesses. There's no way I'm going to have any kind of zivug or any kind of shalom bayit or any kind of chemistry in that department. We can already kiss that goodbye. Okay? We can already kiss that goodbye. Once that goes, usually everything goes. I hate to tell you. But if you're coming home with no energy and you're chasing like a hamster on the wheel and you don't get to the source of it, it's not going to get easier. It's actually going to get worse. So some of the symptoms are dizziness. We had a guy the other day, and we got vertigo in the middle of excessive worrying. Excessive worrying. What do you think it does? Hashem spins you around. The more you try to control life, Hashem spins you around. So number one problem is and also every time a person creates this tremendous amount of worry, you know what it does? It creates adrenaline in his stomach. And all of a sudden, what do you think that sugar gets stored? In your stomach, because your body thinks it's going into famine. So you know what? All of a sudden, that sugar, you didn't even eat. And all of a sudden, all that sugar goes into your stomach. That's why there's a correlation between worry, stress, and belly fat. Now, if you want to walk around with belly fat with no hair, and this is the life you want to live, God bless you. Or you want to strangle yourself, like the word says. Because if this doesn't stop, the first thing I tell people, stop worrying. Enough. Like even on the phone, it gets you. I start worrying about them, and I'm like, if I'm worried about you, we got a problem. And they can't even breathe. You have to understand something. Rabbi Nachman's going to talk about it affects your breathing. You understand right now your ability to think is based on your breathing. Why do you think all top athletes, everything, they're based on the breath? But if you can't breathe because all of a sudden you have a perceived threat, or you're hitting the NASA button every single time, or panic, you're never going to go anywhere in life. And this has to stop.